You know, for as long as we've been around, we've had one enemy we've never been able to beat: death. We've thrown medicine, biology, everything we've got at it. But what if we've been looking in completely the wrong place? What if the real key to conquering death isn't in ourselves, but hiding in the strange, totally mind-bending world of quantum physics? So let's dive into a theory that could honestly change everything we thought we knew.
All right, first things first, let's be super clear about what we're actually up against. The technical definition of death, right, the real point of no return, is when the brain just stops working. For good, all brain functions are gone. So that means if we could somehow, save or restore the brain, we could theoretically solve death. But yeah, that's way, way easier said than done.
And trust me, people have tried some pretty wild biological ideas. Back in the 70s, a neurosurgeon actually transplanted a monkey's head onto a different body. I'm not kidding. And the thing is, the animal did survive, but only for 8 days before the whole experiment failed. The brain is just ridiculously complex. It's so delicate. So far, all these purely biological solutions, they've pretty much hit a brick wall.
Okay, so clearly, we need to think differently, like radically differently. We've got to shift our focus from the brain's biological hardware to its totally unique software. What if the real solution isn't about saving the physical organ, but about capturing its very essence? And what if that essence actually follows the bizarre laws of quantum physics?
And that's where we get to the heart of this idea: consciousness. You know, it's that thing that makes you, well, you. Your thoughts, your memories, your entire personality. If we could somehow capture that, we could unlock a whole new kind of immortality.
A really great way to think about it is that consciousness is basically the brain's operating system, right? It's the software that runs on the hardware of your brain to process the world and create who you are. So here's the kicker. If you can copy that operating system, you can save a person's entire identity, even after their biological body is long gone.
Okay, to even begin to wrap our heads around how you could copy that software, we've got to take a little detour, and it's a weird one. We're going to look at one of the strangest concepts in all of science, the link between our minds and the very fabric of reality itself.
So way back in the 1920s, a physicist named Louis de Broglie came up with this revolutionary idea. He said that just like light, everything in the universe, every single atom, every piece of matter, yep, even you and me, exists in two states at the very same time. It's a wave, which is kind of a cloud of infinite possibilities, and it's also a particle, a single solid thing in one specific place.
And this isn't just a theory. They proved it with a famous double slit experiment. Scientists fired single electrons at a screen that had two little slits in it. When no one was looking, the electrons acted like waves, somehow going through both slits at once and making this smeared-out interference pattern on the other side. But, and this is what's absolutely wild, the second they set up a detector to watch which slit the electron went through, its behavior completely changed. It acted like a tiny, solid particle, going through just one slit or the other and creating a simple, clean pattern. So just let that sink in for a second. The very act of observing, of measuring, seemed to force reality to pick a side. This is the whole key. The theory of quantum consciousness says that it's our conscious mind that's acting as this observer, collapsing that wave of infinite possibilities into one single concrete outcome.
Which all leads to this absolutely wild idea that the most powerful and complex quantum computer we know of might actually be sitting right inside your skull.
Now, this isn't some brand new idea that just popped up. As far back as 1944, Erwin Schrödinger, yep, the cat guy, suggested that consciousness itself was a quantum phenomenon. Then, in 1989, the physicist Roger Penrose argued that the brain exists in a state of quantum superposition, meaning it's in multiple potential states all at once. And then in the 90s, Stuart Hameroff pointed to a possible location for all this quantum magic, these tiny structures inside our neurons called microtubules.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in your brain? Well, imagine your brain is in this superposition state, just holding countless potential thoughts at once. Then I introduce a trigger. I say the word apple. Instantly, that huge wave of possibilities in your brain just collapses. It collapses into a single, definite thought. Maybe you picture a red fruit, maybe you think of the tech company, maybe you just see its shape and color. Your consciousness just performed a quantum calculation to create a single thought. Okay, so stick with me here. If consciousness is a real physical quantum process, well then, in theory, we can measure it. And if we can measure it, that means it can be scanned, copied, and saved forever.
And believe it or not, this is jumping out of science fiction and into reality. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk are betting that consciousness is a physical thing that can be copied. His company Neuralink is building a brain-computer interface, a chip that could one day literally read and write the neural information that makes up our quantum state. And they've already had success testing it on a monkey and letting it play a video game just by thinking.
So if this theory holds up, the path to digital immortality suddenly looks like an engineering problem. Really, just 2 steps. Step 1. Before the body dies, use a technology like Neuralink to scan and copy the complete quantum state of your brain, your consciousness. Step 2. You upload that perfect copy to a digital home, whether that's a supercomputer or a lifelike robot, preserving it for good.
And wow, the possibilities here go way beyond just living forever. You could instantly upload new skills. Imagine learning to dance or sing in a second. Proponents of this idea think we could even use it to keep up with artificial intelligence, basically merging our own minds with its power to stay one step ahead. It's a way to make sure human consciousness never fades away.
And that, of course, brings us to the final, really profound question. If a perfect digital replica of your mind, your memories, your entire personality was created and switched on, is that copy still you, or is it just a perfect echo, while the original you is actually gone forever? That's one question physics can't answer. Well, at least not yet.